Well, it's Easter weekend and we're back where we haven't been for ages. We're back on our syndicate at Bearley. The cafe's finally finished and we can catch up with some fishing. The weather today is gorgeous, but the forecast isn't too good. But the lake was clear yesterday, today it's coloured. So it looks like we might be able to catch a carp or two. Let's hope so.
Okay, we're at the syndicate for the weekend. Just going to make a little toasty for lunch, or a late lunch actually. Really simple. We're going to do bacon, brie and cranberry. So I've got some bacon lined up. That's simply going to go into the Ridgemonkey. There we go. I'm just simply going to cook that first. Okay. So we've got our bacon brown. A good little tip is when you see this here, this brown stuff, literally just rub your bacon rasher over it because it lifts it off then, because then you're keeping the Ridgemonkey as clean as possible, unlike I'm doing it. So just go all the way around and you'll find it just lift off, then turn it over and do the same. If you just rub it off, you've got all the flavour going on the bacon then. You'll see that we're using the little Ridgemonkey today. We do have both. I'm doing a toasty, so it seems fitting to use the little one because it is perfect for that. A few more seconds, get that brown on the other side and we're ready to rumble. Right, while that last bit's doing, I'm just going to get the toasty set up. So as you've probably seen with me before, I butter one side of the toasty, but I use that on the outside because I like the glaze that it gives and the way it toasts up. You can just use nothing if you don't want to, it doesn't matter, it's just I like the colouring, it's a bit like fried bread when it comes out. We've then got some cranberry sauce. A bit of a classic combination, this one. That's that. We've got just ordinary brie. Allow some room around the edges just for it to leak, because obviously brie melts in a messy kind of way. There we go. And then our bacon is looking like it's ready now, so just give it one little rub round, remove any caramelisation bits. There we go, and then I'm going to move that onto here now. Smells lovely already. Shut that up, butter on the outside as you can see, and then just any juices from the bacon, that's not going to do any harm at all. We'll just leave that on it, that will soak into the bread and give it flavour. Then we're going to shut it up and just a waiting game. Right, we're giving it about a minute. I'm just going to have a look, see how it's doing. There we go, we've got a nice glazed crust going on. Secret with the Ridgemonkey, always low heat, because if you have it too hot, it just burns everything. So keep it nice and low and steady. Now we're going to do the other side. Even if you keep it moving back to forth, it stops it getting too dark. Okay, so we've got one lovely toasted side. We've got another little toasted side. Just going to lift that out now. Turn the gas off. Great thing with the Ridgemonkey is when you make a toasty, you just wipe it out and it's good to go again. There we go, all done. That's the advantage of cooking the bacon first in that one as well, the bread's soaked it all up. There we go. Just a small matter of cutting this open. One bacon, brie and cranberry toasty. Okay, another little sandwich toasty idea, using the little Ridgemonkey at the moment. Here we go, we've got some wholemeal bread, but you could use white. As always, I butter the outside, not the inside. There's no benefit at all when you're going to put cheese in the middle of putting butter in the inside. You may as well not bother at all, but it does give a nice glaze. Okay, onto that. Just some simple walnuts, break them up. Don't want too many because they can be a little bit dry in. And to that, we're going to add some blue cheese. You can use Stilton, Blue Vinny, whatever you want, Roquefort. And just slice it over. Another little suggestion is you can use just sliced tin pears in it as well, or fresh pear, although the tin pears in their own juice are nice and sweet and soft. But this one, we're just going to do the pear and walnut. Close the sandwich over, put the Ridgemonkey on, as always on low, yeah? Always low. Put the sandwich in, shut it up, and we'll wait. Okay, let's have us a little look in here. Hey, look at that. So we've got this side all nice and brown now. Just a question of now doing the other side. Okay, it's smelling to me like we could be there. So let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. So we get, always use the plastic implements in the Ridgemonkey, good tip, so you don't scratch it up. Lift that off, turn the gas off. So this is blue cheese and walnut. Look at that. If you're a blue cheese fan, then this is the toasty for you. And like I said, you could put sliced pear in there as well. That just brings out all the flavour. Okay, here's a nice little pizza dish for you. I know how you fishermen like to use ready-made pizzas, but this is a really instant one. You see I've got the XL out now. Ours is looking a bit carpy these days, although in the middle it's really immaculate. So, this is what you do. We just have a French stick here, and we cut them. I like to cut them on the angle, just because. So 4 of them fit in at any one time in the Ridgemonkey XL. Probably 2 if it's the little one. And then what we do is we just butter the bottoms. This gives it a nice glaze. There we go, so there's our 4. Then what we do is I've just got a simple pot of ragu, tomato and basil. You could use any flavour. If you like a bit of chilli or something, you can get those, I believe. And then all we do is just spread some of that onto the bread. That's like your pizza base. Make sure it covers all the bits of bread. And actually, if you've got a bit of old bread that needs using, you could use that. There's no reason why you have to use French stick. You could use anything really. Here I've got some mozzarella, but you could use cheddar, you could use blue cheese, whatever you've got just in your kit. With mozzarella, it just comes obviously in liquid, as you can see. Just tip it away. It's just water. And then you lift out your lovely ball of mozzarella. And all you have to do is just slice it. 1 on each piece. Mozzarella is obviously the one that you find on most pizzas in Italian restaurants. And then just because I'm proper chefy, I've got some fresh basil, but you don't have to do that. Although the flavour is lovely. And it does make your fishing table look rather splendid with the basil and the smell, of course. Here we go. We get our XL. We put our 4 bits in. And we get the gas on. And we wait. We've left that a minute or so, minute or 2. The way to check if you're getting close is just with that. We're just, you see now, we're just getting a nice golden coating. We'll just lift up another one to check. There we go, look at that, that's perfect. Now what we can do is just literally do it up and flip it over, and that's going to melt the cheese a little bit. This won't take very long. Okay, I can hear sizzling, therefore these must be getting close. Here we go. Look at that. That's proper little pizzas by the bank, that is. And judging by the reaction when we were at the Big One show, they go down very well with people. Lovely, fresh tasting pizza. So much better than what you can get in a packet. Okay, one of the most common questions I got at the Big One show last week was about the Chicago town pizzas. How do I stop the bottom burning while in the Ridgemonkey? Well, I do have the answer. Having played about with it a little bit, I now have the answer. So I'm going to show you my little secret. First thing, get the plastic out the packet, or the packet open. Now, the pizzas come with that cardboard on. Leave it on there. That is going to form a barrier between the heat and the pizza in the Ridgemonkey. As you can see, it fits in the standard Ridgemonkey perfectly fine, the small one, so we're going to go with that. We whack the heat on, as always on low. Once I figure that's getting hot, I will show you what to do next. Okay, so I've just got that hot now. I can feel the bottom is hot. Very simple method, just a tiny bit of water, just gently poured in, which just goes under the cardboard, not over. You don't want it getting saturated. You then shut up your pizza and keep a very close eye on it. The water you don't want to dehydrate at this stage, you need to keep steaming. This in turn will cook the pizza a bit quicker. So we're just going to wait and keep an eye on the water level all the time. You don't want the water to go over the cardboard, you need it to sit under all the time. That's the secret. Right at the moment. So the cardboard's acting like a barrier between the pizza and the direct heat from the Ridgemonkey, and that is how you stop the crust getting burnt. Okay, as you can see, our water's boiled dry now. There's none left underneath, look. The cardboard's still taking the brunt of the heat from the Ridgemonkey. We simply shut that up now, flip it over, and we're going to grill the cheese off, just to get some brown on it. It'll only take a minute or two, and then we're done. Bearing in mind that pizza was actually frozen when we did it. At the Big One show, I was doing them with them thawed out, but it doesn't seem to make any difference, just takes a little bit longer. You just have to keep an eye on keeping the water gently in the bottom, that's all. Here we go, we should be alright now. Let's turn it over, lift it up, and then just with some, just peel straight off the Ridgemonkey, look at that. And then we go, we're just going to lift it out. And it's just a simple case of cutting your pizza. There we go. Just like you'd cook at home. And not stuck to the cardboard and not burnt underneath. Isn't that what it's all about?
Well, the sun's gone in. It's gone down behind the hills now, and the wind is bitter. Reminds you that it's still only March. Nothing's happened this afternoon, but we're here for a couple of days, and there's some fish moving about. So fingers crossed, we'll get something in the night, or perhaps not till the morning. Either way, it's just lovely being here, being back on the bank. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday was beautiful and sunny, and as forecast. Today's windy, cold and wet. Very uneventful night. I did have a succession of beeps just at first light to come out and find the swans clearing out my spot. Time to redo the rods, see if we can winkle one out today. So windy, the swans are just blowing down the lake. Not a nice day at all really, but we're cosy in the shed. Well, as you can see, it's getting windier and windier, and this is the sheltered corner. The swans have come down just to get out the worst of it. I'm glad we put the shed, because I wouldn't want to be vivied up in this. Well, as you can see, it's still pretty horrific here, but out of the blue, what's going on here? There's one in the net for Margot. Let's sort it out. Well, here we go. Shows it's worth waiting for. We don't catch many fish here, but look at this one. 24/8, a Bearley chunk, a lovely common. Let's just do some quick pictures.
Might be and take some if you want. Better to get down low. You see the logos, yeah?
Yeah.
What a wreck. You're nearly there, my arm's really hurting.
Yeah. Down him. Alright, turn him around.
What's that thing?
That's a leech. They've been laid on the bottom.
Get off my sleeve, please.
Chunk of fish.
And a nuts.
Just goes to show, no matter how adverse conditions, a chunk on banana nuts from Mad Baits. Well done, baby. Even if you do look like Crocodile Dundee.
Good day, mate.
That one was a long time coming.
Thank you, baby. Yes. Well, we're working from the shed at our syndicate at the moment. The weather is just horrendous out there, but that's fine. We're in the dry and supper is about to be served. Thai green curry is tonight's menu. This is one of the ones that the big one show that was a huge success. I'm going to show you how to put it together. We've got spring onion, we've got fine green beans, we've got green chilies, we've got ginger paste, garlic paste, but you could use fresh. Obviously there's a bit of a theme with the green thing going on. I have turkey here, but you could use salmon, you could use chicken, you could use scallops. We've got fresh green coriander, and then we've got coconut milk. That's all you need. We're going to get this thing started and show you how easy it is to make. Okay, as you can see, I've got 2 XL monkeys. That's because I'm cooking for 3 of us here, but one for one person, perfectly fine. First thing I'm going to do is cook out the turkey. So that goes in the pan. As always with the monkey, err on caution with the heat, not too hot. Generally I tend to cook everything on low. So we want to make sure that the turkey's properly cooked. If you're using chicken, same applies. Now, if I was doing it with salmon, actually I'd play by a different set of rules. I would actually cook all the paste and everything first, and then the coconut milk, and then put the salmon in, because it takes such a little amount of cooking. But with poultry we need to make sure that we've cooked it properly. So just on low now, I've been just just pan frying. I haven't even put any oil in with this turkey, just frying it for about 5 minutes. Now I'm just going to gradually, now as you can see it's starting to brown, turn it over just to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Smells good already, to be honest, and I haven't had any flavourings to it yet. Okay, as you can see I've browned both sides. This is starting to caramelise on the bottom of the pan. You don't want to let that go too far as you just won't get it off. So my simple solution for that is just to add a little bit of water and use steam. That just keeps everything moving along and keeps that turkey cooking. And if you just rub a piece of turkey around where it's caramelised, that will lift off and that flavour will all be in your sauce, which can only be a good thing. Okay, next to go in the pan is some garlic, just jarred garlic this is, but you could crush up your own clove that without a problem. Just literally I'm going to shake some in. Next is going to be the ginger. Same again, we've just got very easy ginger out the jar, and we're just going to chuck some of that on. Again, you could get some root ginger and do your own, but we're just looking at ease and quickness here. I'm just going to work that into the turkey now. Already the smells are changing now.
Smells lush.
A little bit more water in this one. A little bit of water in the Ridgemonkey is a very favourable thing. It just buys you some time sometimes if you haven't got the rest of the ingredients ready, and stops things sticking. Okay, so next we've got our spring onions. So I'm going to divide that now between, that's probably 3/4 of a bunch there, so not very many, and they will sink right down once you steam them. There we go. So we're just going to work that into the scheme of things. So all the basic flavours of Thai cookery, ginger, onion, garlic. Once you've got those 3 ingredients, you're really cruising then. There we go. Next I'm going to cut the chilli up. These are little hot ones, but you could use mild ones, but again the emphasis on green, because it is a green curry. I tend to lop the seeds in as well, but you could take them out if you're not too much of a hothead. So that's 1 chilli into that one. You can of course buy the jarred chilli, which you can just use like we used with the ginger and the garlic, but I tend to like fresh chilli. So that's going in there. And now we're just going to move that around and give it a bit of a stir. A little bit more water. Right, I'm just going to shut the lid down for a minute now, just to let it steam and just to make sure that that turkey is absolutely cooked through before I add the coconut milk. Right, next ingredient going in here is coconut milk. Now when you open the tin up, you'll find that one end is either really watery or really thick. Just literally just get your knife and give it a bit of a stir, and it will go all creamy. And then literally I'm just going to pour half the can in here. There we go. That will heat up now. And just so I don't waste any of it, I'm just going to put a little water in there and shake it around. This coconut milk is way too nice to waste. And there we go. So now we're just going to make sure the coconut milk is surrounding everything in there. Oops, making a mess. And now we're just going to bring that whole thing to the boil. I'm just going to turn it right down and simmer it with the lid shut, so it all steams. All those flavourings are just going to all blend together and just make the most delicious supper. Okay, time's come to just chop up some coriander. Again, following this green turn of events with Thai curry. Just very roughly chop it. It'll flatten down once it goes in the pan with all the hot ingredients anyway. I tend to use all the stems as well because there's all the flavour in there. There we go, that's that ready. So next I'm going to add my beans. As you can see, they're fine green beans, and I've literally just cut them in half just so they fit more compact. So they're usually about that length, and I just break them in half. So we're going to put those in just to cook now. As you can see, the coconut milk now has reduced right down and thickened, which is what I wanted it to do, just so I can, apart from anything else, get it all in.
That was about another 5 minutes, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Just a nice simmering heat. There we go. Smooch those beans. Those beans won't take very long, and to be fair, you can eat them raw, and they're much better for you if you don't overcook them. So I'm just looking to steam them for a minute or two. The crunch actually is quite nice in the curry with the soft everything else, and soft meat and everything, so a nice bit of bite. You can also add some fresh spinach into that, which I quite often do at home right at the last minute. Again, just another vegetable in a meal worked in, really.
One of your 5 a day.
One of my 5 a day, yeah. There we go, so that's not going to take very long. And then now we're just going to add our chopped coriander. We've got stems at that end, so I'm going to try and divide it between my 2 pans. And that's the final of our ginger, garlic, coriander, chilli, all part of the green stuff that we've added in. It's all part of the flavour. Classic Thai flavourings. So all I'm going to do now is just shut that lid down just for about a minute, and then we'll be good to go.
Or even those lids. Double Ridgemonkey.
Okay, let's have a little look in here. Oh, that's looking good. Look at that. So that you've got a meal in one there. I mean, we're actually because there's 3 of us disappearing off into the camper now, and I've got some rice cooking in there. But to be fair, if you were to buy one of those 2-minute sachets of just plain cooked white rice, what I would suggest doing is just emptying the contents on top of there, shutting the lid down for 2 minutes, and once it's hot, it's good to go. So you've got your rice and your curry, and all that lovely coconut milk and infusions of ginger and garlic will all be in with the rice, so it can't be at all detrimental, and just completes your meal off in a beautiful way. What more can I say? I'm looking forward to tucking into this. I'm wet, I'm soaked from catching this afternoon. I need some spice in my life.
After one of the worst days ever on the bank, with the wind and the rain and everything against us, tonight the sun has decided to show its face, even if it's only just to say good night. Let's see if we can catch some in the night. A little bit fired up because Margot's managed one, and what a stunning common that was. Still a lovely place. Very, very special. Morning. Well, it was another quiet night. Just the odd couple of beeps. No crashing or nothing. But at least that wind's died down. Still a bit dismal today, but we're still here. We're still fishing. Well, I've just popped round to the holiday lake to do some pictures for Dave, Bossman, and he's into another one. He's supposed to be getting ready for the first guests at the caravan, not playing with fish. Right, this time. And we're in. Well, he's not a huge fish, but he's a scrapper. This lake's proper been kicking off this weekend. Well, there we go. What a pretty fish. 16.5 pound. Taken by Bossman Dave. From his caravan. Don't forget, you can rent this caravan on the whole lake and fill your slings up like Dave's been doing. Check out the website, bearleylakes.co.uk. Well, that's it for another session. Not the best weather, but we've been quite comfortable in the shed. Margot had that lovely fish, and we got to see some of Dave's fish from the other lake. We've cooked lots, we've eaten lots, and we've had a really nice weekend. But that's it. Till next time, from Cooking and Carpin.